Take me home, country roads. Welcome back to beautiful Alton, Virginia, virtually of course, for the Ferrari 488 GTLM series coming in week 5 to VIR. Had a bit of a mishap with the servers last week. Hi everybody. So the Road America race was not recorded as official. So the scores are still as they stood after Mosport, with Mike Fazal leading James Leader, Vicente de Silva, Axel Quiroz, and me in the top 5. Emiliano Videla behind, 14 more points back, tied with John Crane. Then we have Don, Ami, and Andres finishing out the top 10, and John Galambos, Ethan Dean with only 2 races, Mark Lagudis, Craig Scheimer, Jay Gabriel in the top 15. Gene with the -6 at the first race at Mugello. This is the comeback season. Only 14 drivers tonight, so the bug from last week seems to have basically murdered our attendance figures. Yes. Welcome back, my friend. This is going to be interesting. I have changed. This is the course where I did the most testing of this mod before releasing it, and even I am changing the setup still tonight. I haven't driven it here in 3 weeks, and I came back to it with my normal setup. What's up, James? Came back to it with my test setup and tried to configure that for a race, and I was like, this is awful. I hate it. So I've been adjusting ever since. I'm thinking about mediums for the race, but I'm going to practice with hards now just to see what happens. I think mediums for the race might be just a little bit crazy, but we'll see. Small field tonight. It is interesting to see how much lower the attendance is tonight, because I think we had 2 splits, or would have had 2 splits last week. And this week, just nobody's showing up. We have like half the people who normally show up. I don't know if there's a new league starting up somewhere else, or if people are just tired of dealing with this car. Or I mean, that's fair. I think Gene in his stream last week had a really well-articulated criticism of this car. Game audio, thank you. Always forgetting. It wouldn't be my stream if I wasn't forgetting game audio. Thank you. Whoopsie-daisy. But I think he articulated the remaining problems of this car really well, in that I've been focused so much on trying to get the numbers right
2 minutes to go. 2 minutes.
It doesn't feel right anymore. And that's a fair criticism. I mean, it's hard to set this thing up. It's hard to be consistent. It's hard to drive it well. And it's a Ferrari. It's like the bread and butter of this car is to handle better and be just that little bit more agile to drive. And instead of being agile, it's kind of flighty and hard. And that's fair. That's you know, I've been so focused on the math of it, you know, and the numbers and is this accurate to whatever, that it's much harder to tune a physics file full of numbers to produce a feeling. And that's really what this mod is missing to take it to version 1, you know.
The leader has just done a 2:16.21.
It's got the sort of scientific accuracy or whatever, but it really doesn't have that feeling of, this is a Ferrari 488, you know? It's lost some of that agility and ease of driving that's still there in the Kunos car, because, you know, Kunos knows what they're doing, and I'm just a guy twiddling any files. So that was fair. I think that was Gene expressed it really well in his stream last week. What? Well, I mean, that feeling.
Time's okay.
That feeling is for private sessions after dark.
Caution.
You're going to see a lot of people flying off the side of South Bend tonight. It's extraordinarily difficult to get that corner right in this car. I'm going to have to raise pressures, I guess.
That's the end of the session.
Maybe also crank camber up to get the heat in these tires. PC just crashed. Uh-oh. Whoa. Was that my eyes? Or did my screen just flash? That was very strange. I had this weird, like, flash of brightness. I don't know. Maybe it's just a migraine. I've been feeling pretty awful today. The stress of just life in general is kind of getting to me lately. And, I don't know. Trying to... Whoa, geez. These hards are... Yeah. Let's try to fix this a little bit. I'm going to, I guess, raise the pressures. Nice. Got the horn going there. Raise the pressure and then increase the camber just a tad all around. See if this heats the tires up any. Let's go, side-by-side practice.
Car right.
Signed up for a practice, didn't I?
Clear right.
Whoa! That was good. Well, I'm no longer bottoming out in South Bend. Life in 2020 America. Yeah, no kidding. It's it's been tough. I'm not gonna burden everybody with my sob stories, but it's been pretty awful. It's the kind of thing where you just wonder if the universe is just specifically designed to screw with you in new, original, and ever more painful ways every day. But, I get through. Let's try this. Oopsie, sorry. Juan. I'm just sitting here practicing my takeoffs and jumped right out in front of Juan. Sorry about that, buddy. It's an unsafe release. I don't know if anybody watched the IMSA race at Sebring from a few months ago, but I'm reminded of the unsafe release from the Porsche team. My goodness, that was just embarrassing. Took them both out of the race. But that's life sometimes. Oh dear. He's got it wrong. He's got it wrong! Okay. come across the track. All right.
There's traffic approaching. Watch your mirrors. The leader has just done a 202.21.
Was that you, James? Oh well. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know,
E6.
I feel the same way. Like, I've turned in hours and hours on my test setup, and then I put race fuel load in it, and it feels like trash. So, I've been doing a lot of adjusting in the last, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes or so. This is a tough car to get right, and I think it does go back to what Gene was saying about it's not enough to be right in a table of numbers. The car has to be drivable and feel like it should feel. And with rather limited access to real GTLM 488s, I have a little trouble with that. Also, I mean, the GT3 is fantastic, but it has Kunos engineers behind it, and I'm just a guy. But the criticism is a fair one. Like, I need to figure out a way to make it feel right. And I don't really have experience with that. All I have experience with is, like, plugging numbers into a table. So it'll be interesting. But that's kind of what this season... You know, that's the secondary motive for pushing this as early as I did as a series, was let's get it in the hands of people and see what happens. See what the sort of pain points are, see what it does well, what it doesn't do well. Does it do anything well? Was I blinded to all of its faults just because I've spent so much time with it? You know?
The leader's just done a 146.00.
It's not coping very well with low grip either.
Sector 2 is 0.9 off the pace.
Yeah, I'm not driving well. On top of it all, I'm not driving well. Alright, let's get out there and get good. Get good!
P3. Sector 3 is 0.8 off the pace.
It's amazing that just the amount of time I've spent away from constantly driving this combination, I'm already feeling clumsy with it. Like, where's all my time? Where is that 145.6 coming out of me now?
Sector 1 is
You know?
0.32 off
Like,
the
that's
pace.
me. That wasn't an AI run recorded for a replay. That was me turning that 145 on mediums.
The guy behind has just done a 148.83. Yellow flag, watch out.
Whee! That was a good jump. Oh no! Almost took me out there. Pulling his Dukes of Hazzard stunt.
Sector 2 is 0.9 off the pace. Your front tyres are cold.
I should be able to stay in 4th through there, and I just can't. I don't know what my deal is. We're getting there.
Sector 3 is 0.8 off the pace.
Oh, that was way too late. Way too late on the brakes. I'm not turning the wheel enough again. It was loose earlier, and now I'm all gun-shy about turning the wheel.
Sector 1 is 0.6 off the pace.
Ugh. Mike's out here embarrassing me. Oh, that was a big bump. Big bump. Managed to recover, though.
The leader has just done a 145.48.
Officially beating the mod author. Emiliano Videla with a 145.
45.42.
Oh my.
Your tyre temperatures look good. Sector 2 is 0.1 off the pace.
Well, this is better, but still not fantastic. Grip still isn't at 100%. Here's Gene.
P6.
Right side, clear right.
Sector 3 is 0.30 off the pace.
Ah, too much curb, dang it. Threw that lap away. Ah, and I took too much curb again. What am I doing? Messing up, that's what I'm doing. That's an easy answer. No previous... Yeah, get good. Exactly. That is exactly my problem.
Off the pace. Alright, Pasha, 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
I got second at Laguna Seca
Leader's just done a 144.82.
in the rain race. That was so much fun. I want to do a real weather series in ACC once we get
Sector 2 is 1.4 off
once
the
we get
pace.
SRS support worked out again. I want to do a real weather series where we take, because if we do real-time real weather in an American time slot, it's just going to be dark. So, like, take the real weather from a given date, and have a series.
P7, Sector 3 is 0.9 off the pace.
Because everybody says, oh, the game needs to have real weather, I won't buy it. And then every server is clear and 1 in the afternoon. You know? Where's our... If you really want it to have good rain effects, then run some servers in the rain once in a while, why don't you? You know? But that was really fun. Oh, dang it. Threw the lap away again.
Okay, Pasha, we need to watch these track limits.
Sunrise at Bathurst would be fun. Do it in the real time with the start at, what, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and then drive through the sunrise into the 12 hours. Oh, man. This would have catapulted me up the standings. Well, I'll just have to do it clean this time. Enough to actually enter the corner without dying, and you can drive right out of it. That's what this car, like, it's a whole mentality with this car of braking way early and then driving out of the corner, which I didn't do there, but almost. I'm carrying way too much speed in, and I'm unable to carry it through. Just got to be more patient, which is hard to do when you're driving a race car, because you're kind of trying to race.
Sector 1 is 1.2 seconds off the pace.
Jeez. Well, Gene found the pace. I haven't yet.
You've used half your fuel. Yellow flag. Sector 2 is a second off the pace.
All that talk that I did about having practiced and practiced and practiced over and over again at this course. And now I'm just getting the pants beat off me.
E9. Sector 3 is 0.5 off the pace.
I should have kept practicing instead of taking a month off of this combo. And then just sort of taking it for granted that I would still know what I'm doing. It's arguable that I ever did in the first place.
Okay, Pasha, 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left. Sector 1 is 0.1.
Ugh, jeez, terrible. Come on now.
Sector 2 is 0.8 off the pace.
That was too late. So much for those tires.
Got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Well, I'm consistent. 18,000th of a second off.
Sector 3 is 0.6 off the pace.
Slow and smooth. Slow and smooth are fast in this car.
Sector 1 is 0.9 off the pace. We're seeing minor wear all around. The leader has just done a 144.64.
There we go.
Clear left.
I think I remember Gene saying last week in his stream that the ABS in this car feels weird because GTLM cars don't have ABS.
Sector 2 is 0.9 off the pace.
I almost had a better exit there, and I hit the curb and started spinning. Wow.
Just 2 minutes.
The midfield is very close.
That's your fastest lap today. That puts you 2.7 seconds off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.6 off the pace.
Ah, I hit the curb, damn it. Where the balloon lands? Yeah. If there's one thing I would want the crew from this mod to come back and fix, it's the balloons. I'm not gonna get another lap in. Wah, wah.
Sector 1 is 1.7 off the pace. The leader has just done a 144.47.
Man, I'm just getting embarrassed out here. Could not get within 2 seconds of my own personal best, which has then been beaten by other people. Cut the corners to get the lap, yeah. Whee! Just Dukes of Hazzard jump over roller coaster, it'll be fine.
Sector 2 is 0.7 off the pace. Tire temperatures are good.
Oh, I will get another lap in. Wow, how about that? Just barely.
P11, you're 2/10 off the pace in sector 3. Checker flags out, P11.
What happens when you take a car that wants to avoid curbs at all costs to a track where you have to cut the curbs? Mayhem. Yeah.
Sector 1 is 1.4 off the pace.
Wow, what have I been doing this lap? And can I do it for an hour?
Okay, Pasha, we estimate you've got 5 minutes of fuel remaining. Sector 2 is 0.6 off the pace.
No, I threw it away! I threw the lap away.
You're currently 2.9 seconds off the leader's pace. They'll delete this lap. Track limits. Sector 3 is 0.9 off the pace. That's the end of the session. P11.
This is going to be interesting, isn't it?
Okay, mate, get ready.
Is this going to last me? Surely. Well, mandatory pit stop. If it doesn't last, then whatever. I'll just come in. Good luck, everybody. I made so many mistakes, I somehow broke all the way around from terrible to good again. I'll take it. Whatever works, you know? Here we go. I need some of that scotch on the blue button.
Left side, 3 wide, you're on the right. Hold your line. Still there.
Yellow flag, caution.
Clear right. Left side.
That's 2 incident points right off the bat, I think. All self-inflicted.
On your left. Clear left.
Well done, Pasha. Good
Not
start.
very. Not very well done at all, honestly. You think it's only one? Because it lit up multiple sections of the car. Yeah, I've got front and rear wing damage. We'll see, I guess. At least I didn't hit John. I just tagged the wall. Like a genius. I think the secret to this car is to just not try. Like, don't push so hard that you start doing stupid things. I mean, that's true of almost any race and car, but this one especially just really punishes you for pushing too hard. And if you just brake early, take it in slow, power out. Then you do much better. For having this be my home track, you'd think I'd get Oak Tree better by now. But no, I'm still bad at it. That's a lot of brake smoke. Oh no.
The leader has just done a 145.70. That lap was a 149.01.
little bit of pocket sand for John Crane.
You've had a cut warning.
Yeah, I know.
Please pass up. Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate.
Oh no! What was that? It just launched. Jeez. Okay.
Tiny bit of aero damage there. You probably won't even feel it.
It just launched off the track. Okay, well, that's a thing. Maybe I should have taken mediums.
Yellow flag, watch out. The leader's just done a 145.26.
Somebody's pitting. Why did Crane stop? What's going on?
Behind us now, 3.9 seconds. P9.
Oh, that wasn't Crane. Was that Jay? Why is he stopped? What's going on in this race? Total KO.
Yellow flag, caution.
That was strange. What is going on in this race? 7 minutes in, I have 2 incident points, both self-inflicted. Nobody to blame but me and my poor driving.
Yellow flag.
Looks like Jay's had some sort of mechanical issue. Can't even get it to the pits. That's too bad.
7th position. The gap in front is now 8.9. Opens in 2 minutes.
That's too bad. Woof. This is tough.
The gap behind is now 3.2 seconds. The pit window opens in 1 minute.
So, sort of begs the question, do I throw this strategy away
That lap
go in for repairs and mediums at the halfway point. Because I'm losing the front runners.
Yellow flag. All right, Asher, the pit window is now open. Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate.
Somebody else got South Bend wrong. Oh, Jay's back in the race. That's cool. Wait, when did I pass Gene? Was that just now? Oh no, John. What is going on in this race? Why is John out? I'm losing 2 seconds a lap to Emiliano.
Sixth place. The gap in front is now 9.5. You're pulling away from the guy behind. The gap's now 2.8.
Okay, let's just settle in and try to survive here.
That lap time was 1:48.34. That's your best lap in the session.
Oh no, that's not the braking point. It's like I just didn't push the brake pedal hard enough. It's bad enough when my brain melts with 5 minutes to go. It's melting now with 45 minutes to go. Well, that's what lack of sleep and overwhelming drowning stress will do to you. Whew.
You've just done a 48.61. Okay, Pasha, that's good consistency. Keep it up.
Well, consistent lap times don't tell the whole story. I'm consistently inconsistent. Oh, jeez.
The gap behind is now 0.9.
Woof. I hit the curb again. Why do I keep doing that? I know it's wrong and I keep doing it anyway. Pocket sand.
Your last lap time was at 48.26. Good lap. That's your quickest today.
Oh, Jay's having connection issues. Frustrating to deal with. Oh, little tail wag there going into the snake.
P6, you've got cold front tyres.
Oh no. Juan had a moment there, I guess. This is fun, but in a weird kind of way. I remember my testing being a lot less effort. Of course, the car's half broken too, so that might have something to do with it. I don't think I have any suspension damage. But the aero is definitely not what it should be.
03. That's your best lap in this session.
And my driving is not what it should be. As much time as I've spent driving this car at this track, I'm putting on quite the klutzy show here tonight. So far, this is a better lap.
Gap behind's increased to 3.0 seconds. Your tyres are cold, watch out.
Oh geez, got launched again there. Managed to save it this time.
Yellow flag, watch out. Okay, Pasha, you've gone out of track limits. Keep it between the lines.
Adrian has given up. Was already a lap down. I can hardly blame him. I don't know what.
The gap in front is increasing. It's now 10 seconds.
Something ain't right. The car is still too stiff. Giggity. It's too skittish over bumps. All that data has put it in a bad place where it just can't take a curb. Like people in the 21st century can't take a joke. This car can't take a curb anymore. Gene's coming back. I don't know how I passed him. Has he pitted already? No. Was he off in the grass somewhere? I don't know. I'm going to peek at their lap times as they go around here. Don had a 147.8. I had a 147.9.
Your lap time was at 147.93. Good lap. That's your quickest so far.
So I'm holding station here on hards. Oh no, don't hit those curbs, dummy. Get good.
The gap behind is now 1.0 seconds.
Juan's gonna make this a fight. He's catching me. He's definitely whittling away that time. Man, I messed that up completely. Okay, well. Sorry, Juan. I didn't mean to stop in your face.
Okay, Pasha. Hold your nerve. Just keep it smooth. No mistakes.
I love when Jim forgets who he's talking to. I'm getting caught in oak tree. I'm just not doing it right. Get good! Hello. Welcome to the stream.
Your lap times are improving. This is exactly what we need. You've just done a 147.87. That's your best lap in this session.
Who knew that the mod author would also be having problems with this car here? This is the test track for this mod. And I still can't drive it. What is going on with me tonight? There we go, finally. Decent entry to Snake for the first time in the race. Only 27 minutes in, finally figuring this track out again. Why can't I do that every time? Wait, where's Juan?
The gap ahead is 10 seconds.
Juan ate it, alright. Now Gene has an unobstructed shot at me. It is a tough track, but it's fun, and it's my home track, so I'm prejudiced. I've driven on it in real life. Have I told you that? Yes, I have. Practically every time we come here now. It's like, I drove this in real life. Yes, we know. For those of you who are new to the channel, hearing it for the first time, all over again.
The gap behind's increased to 3.7 seconds. That was a 147.50. That's your quickest lap in this session.
Nope. There we go. That's not the line. I was thinking about fuel and completely lost concentration on the race. Speaking of which, how's my fuel?
We estimate 37 minutes of fuel left, 2.8 litres per lap.
Great. So I can take the 1 liter minimum splash and dash and get right back out here. If I don't bin it again and need repairs, at which case I would throw either mediums or softs on and go balls out for the rest of the race. James Leader has pitted already on mediums. Oh no! Gene's gonna eat me alive if I keep driving like that.
That was a 148.59. The gap in front is now 7.7.
What is wrong with me tonight? Come on.
pressure, halfway home. Fuel looks good.
I've heard a rumor somewhere that some of these corners actually have apexes. I haven't found them, but when I do, it'll be exciting. Mike, sounds great. Thank you. It is a Blue Yeti. I think I paid $80 for it.
You pull away from the guy behind. The gap's
In terms of price performance, it's really fantastic.
That last lap was at 147.89.
I think it was on sale at the time. It might be regular price about 100-ish, but I mean, it's every bit a studio quality mic for a not studio budget. Studio apartment budget, more like. Which is not to disparage anyone living in a studio apartment.
The gap in front is now.
I almost did.
0.3.
Once. Many moons, long time passing. It was 20 years ago I was looking at studio apartments. Jeez. I am old.
The leader is pitting now.
Custom mount? Yeah, this is, I forget the name of the, I mean, it's, I don't think it's any sort of brand namey thing. Gene actually suggested this one to me. I just ordered it off of Amazon. Just a nice articulated crane mount thing that clips to the desk. So the desk that I have this wheel mounted to has a leaf to one side that folds out. So I have the mic clipped to that, sort of arched over the desktop towards my face. I think Gene has his where the gain is turned up a little more so we can have it further away from his face, which looks a little bit less goofy than what I've got going on here.
5.
But I'm going with the whole, like, radio talk show, mic in the mouth kind of thing. But it works okay. And I think the mic stand was like $30. It was, you know, one of these El Cheapo Amazon specials, but seems to work. It was really funny at my previous job. We had been working in the office.
Fuel left. The gap in front is
Yeah,
increased.
it's like a lamp. It's like those little articulated lamp things, except it's just got a microphone mount screw on it instead of a lamp head. It was funny at my last job when the pandemic hit and everybody was suddenly working remote for the first time. I had already had this whole setup put together. So we logged in for our first meeting over Hangouts or Zoom or whatever the heck it was. Everybody's got their little headset mics that barely function. All scratchy and weird, and people got stuff going on in the background, and then they got around to me and I'm like, hello, good morning everyone. Like, whoa, geez. Walked into a radio show over here. It was kind of funny. But since I have 10 seconds on either side of me now, apparently,
48.07.
I'm just kind of chasing hot laps now and trying not to bin the car. Where'd Gene go? Did he pit? Yeah, he pitted. All right. Yeah, it's amazing what difference a good microphone can make between sounding like you're in your kitchen on a headset and sounding like you are actually supposed to be in the meeting or whatever. When I decided to do the whole streaming thing, originally I wasn't all that serious about doing it as a regular thing. It was just like, I play lots of video games, I might as well broadcast it and see who tunes in. But I knew all the El Cheapo little headsets I had weren't going to cut it. So I went ahead and just walked into a Best Buy store back when you could still do that, and it wasn't a plague. They had a sale on these guys, and I plunked down my card and said, I would like to buy one of these. Served me very well. Blue Yeti.
That lap time was 48.17.
They make another one that's kind of ball shaped. I don't know if it's called the Snowball or not, but that's kind of what it looks like. But it's a sphere shaped device, and it's omnidirectional. This one has an omnidirectional mode as well, but the ball-shaped one is just spectacular for like big meeting rooms or any kind of environment where you want to capture omnidirectional sound. It's perfect. But it also has a directional mode that's every bit as good. It's kind of not what you buy it for, but it still works. We had a couple of those at a previous job that I was at. Being a fully distributed company, we had a lot of teleconferences where we had to talk over voice chat. So we had a bunch of those Snowball mics all over the office. Yeah, pretty good. Blue makes some really good consumer grade home audio microphones specifically. Had very good. I mean, I'm not a paid spokesman or anything, but I've had very good price and performance out of all the Blue devices that I've ever had at work and at home. So, if you want an unpaid, unofficial endorsement,
The car in front is pitting.
there you go. It's good stuff. More people pitting, bigger gaps around me. Good times.
Consistency. Keep them coming.
See, I've distracted myself talking, and so I'm not pushing as hard, and so I'm going faster. That's the way this car is. Like, you almost have to just do something else with your brain, and just, like, don't push, just drive the car, and it will go faster and faster.
Increased. It's now about 17 seconds.
So anyway, speaking of studio apartments, kind of reminds me of a funny story while I'm sitting here not chasing anybody. So in college, my senior year in college, I was thinking about what I would be doing afterwards and whether I was going to get a bigger apartment and move in with people or just be by myself and be in a one-bedroom or a studio or something. And my best friend in school was also kind of looking for a place to land in town rather than moving home. So we decided while we didn't want to live with each other, we were both kind of in the market. Oh no, Gene's off. Gene, what? Why did Gene log off? Anyway, my friend and I were both kind of in the market for the same thing, just not like with each other. So we went out to this place in town that was part of this cool movement of like converting old industrial warehouses in the downtown area into trendy little studio apartment kind of things. It was kind of out of our price range, but I don't know, I guess we just decided to look anyway. Just to see what what it was all about and whether it was any possibility that we could afford even a studio in this place. So we scheduled an appointment, which was necessary for some reason. And we're met by this very nice person who took us to one of the units that was open and showed us around. It was a furnished unit. It's kind of their show thing, their show unit. So it was of course way up towards the top of the building, facing the river. Had a great view, beautiful furniture, all this kind of stuff. But it was a one bedroom, not even a one bedroom. It was a studio apartment. It was really nice though, and I was like, ooh, this is. I'm gonna have to pencil this in and keep this in mind. So this whole time, the person who was giving us the tour, whoopsie, kind of had this increasingly weird vibe. Like she wasn't quite sure who she was talking to or something. I don't know. She's kind of nervous. So towards the end of the thing, we're done with the tour, and she said, "So, what do you think you're looking for in terms of a unit?" And my friend and I kind of look at each other and shrug, and he goes, "Oh, one bedroom." And it was like a different person stepped into this lady's body, and she was just like super cold and like, well, give it some thought. And like all of a sudden she just could not wait to get us out of there. And I couldn't figure it out. I was like, wow, what did we say? It wasn't until we got back to the park, like we left the building and was like, okay, whatever. Walked back to the car. And I looked at my friend and go, oh my god, do you realize what just happened in there? We just told her that you and I, were looking for a one bedroom. My friend was like, oh no. So anyway,
The gap behind has now decreased to 14.
and that's the story about how my best friend in college and I went out shopping for apartments and got mistaken for a gay couple.
Silver is pitting.
Good times. You won't get that kind of story on any other channel. For the 4 people who are still watching, hi everybody. Thanks for sticking with me. I guess I should pit sometime since the pit window closes in like 6 minutes. I need to pit like next lap. Pit stop all set up correctly, I think.
You've just done a 147.49. That's your quickest lap in this session.
Sitting here jawboning telling this story, and all of a sudden I'm setting the fastest lap of the session. For me anyway, certainly not for the race. That was not a purple lap, but it was a green one. Gene, you were doing really well for a while. What's the deal, man? Why are you in chat and not beating my ass out here on the track? Brain melted. Yeah, I hear you. I'm sitting here just chatting away, telling stories, and trying not to concentrate on the car, and I've been doing like a second faster per lap. You must unlearn what you have learned. And just relax and stop trying. This car is like that game from Star Trek The Next Generation that was like taking people's minds over. You just have to like let it go. But it does not drive itself. Relax and stop trying. I know, right? It's funny, my brain melted with like 45 minutes to go, and so I gave up and started going faster.
All right, Asher, don't think about the lap times. Just hit
See?
every apex.
Even Jim knows.
Minutes left. That's 15 minutes. Yellow flag. Watch out.
left, clear left.
What's up, Greg?
Look out for the pit speed limit. You'll be coming out into traffic.
Oh, I really wanted to repair the car, but I'm gonna completely throw my strategy away if I do, so I'm just gonna come in and do my 1 liter and jump out again.
Watch your mirrors, there's a car approaching. P5.
Can I catch Emiliano on worn hard tires with 10 minutes to go? Oh, hey, I do need to downshift there, dummy. Can your brain really be melting if it was never here to begin with? That's my question for tonight. That's the analysis of my driving.
Take it easy, you've got cold tires.
The problem with the splash and dash strat is if you have a first stint like I did,
Now about 5.8.
where I completely lost concentration and the laws of physics and got thrown into the wall for no reason, now you're stuck with a broken car and no time budget to repair. It's like, now I have to drive around with a broken car because I'm counting on my pits not taking any time. And I've got this fuel tank with 100 freaking liters of fuel in it. Whereas if you plan for a long pit stop, if you need one, it's there. Whereas on the short splash and dash, if you need a long pit stop, you've now grenaded your entire race strategy. Joke's on you, got no brain. I've been completely out of it today. Haven't been sleeping well. Stresses of life in general just kind of squishing me lately. Oh! Dorifto through NASCAR corner there.
The pit window closes in 2 minutes.
You know, this would be interesting as a drift track. Actually try to wag the tail through the S's, see if you could do it without, dying. Ebisu drift jump. Oh, geez. Tail coming around. You're moving to Canada? Like, for real? I didn't think they were letting anybody in.
The gap ahead is now 6.8 seconds.
Joke's on us, now we're the refugees trying to go north across the border. Ha ha ha!
Pit window closes in 1 minute.
The shoe's missing from the other foot now, America.
You've just done a 147.67. Remaining 10 minutes. Okay, Pasha, pit window is now closed.
Under 10 minutes to go, we're in 5th place against all odds. We're going to get 8th place points because of the penalties. And anybody who bothered to participate in the race is going to get at least 14th place points, because that's all the people who bothered to show up. So this is a good race to just show up and run. I think the server glitch from last week really, like, tanked our attendance for this race, because people were just like, meh, whatever. The seasons tend to have a slump towards the end anyway, as the people who want to compete for a championship but who are too far back to do so just kind of drop out. But, I mean, we had 2 splits last week, and now we have 14. That's a lot of people giving it a miss. Oh no! Oh, saved it. I don't know how. Now we watch Emiliano drive away by 2 seconds a lap again, because he's good. Yeah, I mean this...
The gap behind is now
It's funny, I must have just gotten completely numbed to how hard this car is around here because I practiced it so much. But now I'm back here for the first time in a month and I'm like, holy crap, how did I get around here? Like, that 145.6, the best lap there, that was me. That was me driving on medium tires with 30 liters of fuel on a standard test run, and I did a 145.6 in this car, this version of the car. It wasn't the version 3 that was, like, super too fast or whatever. It was this version of the car. I did a 145.6, and now I can't even get within 2 seconds of it. I'm like, okay. And I was using SRS conditions, like as like a baseline, because I have them as a preset. So why not? It's the easiest thing to manage.
The gap in front is increasing. It's now 12 seconds.
Hey, a decent entry into Snake for once. Oh, that's too much.
Pay attention to track limits.
Yeah.
Pressure.
That's too early. Man, I'm just falling apart now. I came out 4 seconds behind Emiliano, and now I'm 14 seconds back. This car was fantastic at Road America, wasn't it? That was really fun. It's a real shame what happened to the server and the results, because it was a really good race, too. The people who stuck with it had a really good... I battled Vince for a quarter of the race. I think Juan chased me for... we had battles up and down the field. But then, as time went on, more and more people just gave up on it. I've just sort of been passing the time by shooting the breeze and revealing terrible things about myself, because most of the race has just been this, me hot lapping and occasionally seeing another car. But the stories are worth it, right? Oh, man. Boing. Ah, finally! In the last 5 minutes of the race, I'm starting to learn how to do things again. Well, Greg's hanging in there. He's going to get a top 10 out of it. I guess 3 laps to go at this point. Oh, geez, I'm a full minute behind Mike. Or no, James. Wow.
That's your quickest lap.
Did James Leader splash and dash on mediums? Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Saved it. Nothing to see here. Moving on.
Okay, Pasha. 10 minutes of fuel remaining. The gap behind is now 15 seconds.
Hasn't quite been boring because every lap is a new near-death experience. The Motorhead man. And who doesn't love motors
Yellow flag.
and Motorhead and head.
That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
Oh no. Oh jeez. Full yeet. Emiliano's running away from me. Oh my goodness. Imagine how much higher Emiliano's rating would be right now if he hadn't had crap internet for 6 months. And had been able to finish all those races that he was practically leading. I mean, he was in... How many races did he drop out of the top 5 in? The number is non-zero, and it's pretty big. I don't know exactly what the figure is, but it was just heartbreaking to see the number of races where his connection was dropping while he was in the top 5. Oh boy, she's feisty now. At least, yeah. Also, welcome, Camilo. Thanks for sticking with me tonight. This has been kind of a boring race. Livening it up with campfire stories, but other than that, it's just been me tooling around. The sort of thing where if it had happened on Twitch, I might just let it go. You know? Just like, oh yeah, that race happened. Did you save it? Nah. But that's the way it goes sometimes. I'm just surprised by the low attendance. I think the server crash last week really hurt it. I guess it's possible that enough of the people on SRS have gone back to school this week that might be some of it. I don't know. But I mean, the difference in attendance between the first 4 weeks and this one is huge. Yeah, Spa should bring people back because it's Spa and everybody. It's not GT3 at Spa, it's GTE at Spa. So, it's kind of why I saved it for the finale. I suspected it would be a draw. This one guy left a review for, I think it was version 2 of this mod, left a review of it. Said, well, I always test every mod on Nordschleife and Spa, and it just doesn't feel right there. It has all these problems at these specific corners at Nordschleife and Spa, and I'm like, okay, well, I haven't taken it there, and if you haven't noticed, there is more to Assetto Corsa than those 2 tracks. And that's the race. And there's Greg. Let's pull up for a team picture.
On your right.
Yay.
Hold your line.
Nice. Whew. It is tough. It's my home track. So I'm just like, I'm obligated to give it a go. Woof, that was rough. I did not drive well at the beginning and was only kind of fair to middling through the rest of it. James, did you splash and dash on medium tires? Or did you actually take tires for once? Because I put on hards just assuming that the mediums wouldn't last, and I was halfway through those hard tires at the end of the race. Oh, I was about to start losing grip for reals. Interesting. Well, mediums lasted fine the way you were driving. Not my clumsy ass flailing around. Meme car, meme car. Wait, over there. Meme car. All right. Let's get into the fun stuff. Oh, my arms are sore. I mean, I've turned the force feedback up a little bit, but they shouldn't be that sore. My goodness. All right, let's get into the fun things. Emiliano, my goodness. That was amazing. Well done, man. Great drive. I came out of the pits right behind you and just watched you drive away. Oh, double softs. Brave move. That's a bold move, Cotton. All right. Livery showcase. This is the last time you will see this car clean for the rest of the race. The number 97, zero bandwidth flagship. Hooray, hooray. Guard duck on the front. Guard duck on the steering wheel. Scotch on the drink button. You know it's good. Lining up to the outside, the team car. Greg Scheimer, watch him on Twitch at Gas 300. He's in the black, blue, green, orange scheme. We got the Gas 300 logo on the front. We got PSR all over it. We got the number 24. Love the way this combo. That's a good team picture right there. Look at that. How about that? Nice. I think I'll take that one. Oh, where's my gamepad? There it is. There we go. Cool. Moving on back. Adrian took the number 51 stock skin. It's a good one. It's kind of weird to think about how I painted all the stock skins for this car as well. Jay Gabriel still hasn't come through. I got the wheels, but nothing else. This team is sponsored by Wing Sponsor for all your sponsorship needs. SRS TV is in the number 70 because I think James is also in there. Mike Vazala, number 80. Blue tinted Tiger livery from Emiliano Videla. TTC Racing, Vector Urbano, etc. Very nice. God, the details on it. Like, the deeper you look into this thing, the more you see. You got the Pro Sim Racing banner. That's so good. How can you just be disgustingly good? I know, right? What's up with not winning at your home track? I know. I'm terrible tonight. Vicente de Silva, the number 15 GTP entry. There's something about magenta and black that just looks great. Or just, bright colors and black in general, but the magenta really works. Emiliano Videla, still a number 89. Hasn't changed the number on this one yet, I guess, or else SRS skin just didn't come through for me. This red is red. Is this Ferrari red? It seems brighter than Ferrari red. But then the future of GTP looks better than... SRS skin did say that it was broken. Like, it admitted that it was broken tonight, so I guess it just didn't download correctly. Here's Axel Quiroz in the number 09 olive green version of the livery. I like it. SRS skin just didn't want you to get into an arm wrestling match with the Action Express team that actually runs the number 5 in IMSA, so, Oh, yours is new too. Yeah, SRS skin actually said that it was broken, like skins were unavailable. So I'm not surprised that none of them came down properly. Oh, here's Don. Oh, Don again, right? The number 114. I like the way this turned out. Of course, I'm a sucker for plaid. That looks good there. Juan Caires. It might be an old livery, but it's a good one. I like the Brazilian flag motif on the roof. It is good. It is very good. I am enjoying a bit. Here's Gene. This is his GT3 livery. I never did get his GTLM livery, so I just copied. I had this already, and I just copied it over. Still looks nice. Fred Soderstedt design, of course. All right, man. Thanks for joining the stream and sticking with me. I know it was not the most eventful in terms of racing, but it was a fun stream anyway. Here's John Crane in the white on white number 23. PSR livery. And last but not least, John Galambos. I love the seafoam. This is a great color. Seafoam and white. Got the Gene head on one side, got the Zero Bandwidth logo on the other, because this is a versus challenge. Gene's luck with this series has been pretty much all bad. pretty much terrible from start to finish. Gene has not been terrible. It just has not been his series. All right, let's check out this start. How badly did I mess this up? Oops, I've already skipped it. So John just does not get a start. I try to squeeze through and doink! Just smack the wall. So, 5 seconds into the race. Oh, it doesn't actually show any damage. That's good. Almost hit Axel there. That was unimpressive on my part. Oh yeah, you got the GTP wheel now. That's amazing. Not only is he a good graphic designer, he's now built his own steering wheel. Got the John and John show behind me. Greg trying not to get collected in that battle. love this track. It is hard. It is a difficult track. I just love it. It helps that I've been here in person. Like, there really is something to it. And the quality, like, having been here in person, I can tell you the quality of this mod is just amazing. Like, the detail of it. Driving around, it's like, I've been here. I've been to the real place. And driving this mod immerses me as if I was in the real place. It's really good. But it is difficult. I'm decent at this track only because I've practiced it. And I say decent because I'm still not fantastic. I just drive it a lot. What's up, Greg? Welcome to the stream. Good job out there today. VIR is even mean to the natives. Yep, sure is. Yeah, I had one of those moments. I think it was lap 3. I think it's coming up here. I was in this great battle, and all of a sudden the car just leapt into the air and went right off the track. The car isn't right. I really do think Gene's commentary on it last week really hit it on the head. Like, this mod is still done entirely by the numbers. You know, it's driven by data, and it doesn't feel right yet. It's accurate, but it's not right. You know, when he said it on stream last week, it finally clicked what he was saying. Like, oh yeah, you can be as accurate as you want to be, but it's still not. It doesn't feel right. And that really... I actually clipped that part of his stream and saved it. I was like, I need to remember this. This is a really good way to think about it. It is hard. It is a challenge. Once you kind of get the feel of it, you can start to build consistency. But it's just so skittish. It's hard with a car that's this bouncy and stiff and uncompliant. I don't know. And impliable. I don't know how to form that word to get across what I mean. But it's like, it's not... It doesn't cope well enough with normal bumps, like curbs. Like, this is a track where you have to run over the curbs to be fast. You have to cut corners slightly and knock over curbs and do stuff. And this mod just can't handle that right now. And the balloon flew through the track for you. I was wondering when we would get the balloon fight. I never encountered the balloon. Like, it moves so fast that only a couple of people usually... a couple of people catch it just right to drive through the balloon. It is nervous. Yeah. Good single word for it. It is nervous. You hit a bump and you just don't know what it's going to do to you. It might bounce, it might spin, it might be fine. And you don't know until you hit that bump and see what happens. I'm kind of watching this until my mishap happens, because I just have no idea what happened to me. There it is. Here it is. See if we can get a better angle here. Of course, now we're going to get artifact of smoke. Okay, so here's what I think happened. Going through the uphill S's, I hit this... Oh, that's a nice picture. If the smoke wasn't there. I hit the crest of that first right, and I hit it with my wheel turned slightly to the right, so that when the suspension unloaded and came back, like, the car kind of dug in with the wheels turned right, and it just launched off the track. I was a passenger. What in the world was going on with that smoke, by the way? Like... So let's take it from the onboard. That is some persistent smoke, my goodness. Yoink! And I just got launched off the track. And clattered the wall again. Man, oh man. You thought I disconnected. Yeah, well, I was certainly disconnected from the road. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it was... Oh, that's what happened to you? Yeah. It was instant. Like, I was okay, and then I went over that crest, and the car just shot off the track for no reason. And, I think that's exactly what Gene was talking about. Like, that nervousness, that inconsistency, that feeling like you just don't know. It just doesn't feel right. Race cars don't do that. You can't be afraid to go over the crest and have the suspension dig in and just launch you off the track. What happened to Jay, by the way? Because he looked like he was having some kind of equipment trouble. He was just parked there on the pits, and then he left, and then he came back. And that, by the way, was the race. Like, I drove away from everyone, and everybody drove away from me after that. That was my race. I briefly saw Emiliano when I came out of the pits, and then he drove away from me. I have fast bump turned almost all the way down. Like I have the suspension almost as soft as it'll go, because this track is so bumpy. And I raised the ride height, and even so, it just bump. And it just when the suspension bottomed out on the other side of that crest, I had the wheel. I still had the wheel turned right, and so when it dug in, it just shot off the track, and that was that. So yeah, that's why it's still version 0.4. It has issues, and it's now down to the, like, I had the data. I have numbers on hand that can go into a physics file and be right, you know. I'm now beyond the scope of what I know how to do. And that fine-tuning of feeling is going to be really hard to get right from now on. Zero bandwidth versus Emiliano. I am intrigued. The problem is, you're going to beat the pants off me, because you're so much faster in most of these cars. All right, we're getting into the results here. James Leader takes the win with the one incident, 99 points. Mike Vazal in second clean, scores 98. Keeps it close. Vince in third, also clean. Emiliano Videla with a 1:45.7. Right up there with the fastest of fast laps. Look at these four guys just pulled away from everyone. I don't know where you guys were finding all that time. 2 incidents for me, in fact, ties me with 8, exactly as I said. So there you go. So that screwed me royally. And it was both clearly my fault. One, I drove into the wall right at the start, and the other one, I just launched myself off the track in the Esses. Oh well. John Crane 7th and Axel Quiroz in 8th. All clean. Don Debbie in 6th. Very good. Juan Kairos 9th. Greg Scheimer getting the top 10. Do you have the 5th fastest time? It is you. Look at that. Look at you. Half second faster than me for your best lap. Take a pic of this and put it on your wall, man. That's awesome. And you ran a clean race. God, you could have outscored me if I kept driving like I was at the beginning. My goodness. Gene made it 19 laps. What happened to Gene? Gene isn't still here, is he? What in the world happened to Gene? I'm going to have to go back to the replay and see what happened. Lap 19. Alright. Come on, mouse. Stop messing up. I got a stream to run here. Ooh, shaking it up here in the podium. James Leader coming from way downtown in 4th place. Up to the lead and not giving it up. Oh, Emiliano pitting at the halfway point, making all those positions back to finish 4th. I climbed out of oblivion in 11th. As people pitted early, I pitted late and didn't throw the car off the track but once. And yeah, Greg with the top 10. Very good. There was some other chaos at the start, it looks like. I don't know what happened to Jay. Oh, your fastest lap was your last one? Nice. Jay was just having connection problems all over the place, and I think his wheel must have messed up or something, because we've parked on the inside for a while. Alright, let's get into the series standings. Road America did not score, so we only have the 4 races. Mike Fazal with an even 400. A 19-point lead over James Leader, who closed the gap by only 1 point tonight with his win. 10 points back to Vince. Fourth place, another 21 points back is Axel. And I'm in 5th, 8 points back from Axel, and only 6 points ahead of Emiliano. And we're going to Spa. I have a feeling I'm going to lose 5th in this championship next week. I ain't even mad. Let's see, John Crane 7th, Don 8th, John 9th. Oh, sorry guys. Oh man, my body is rebelling against me. Greg Scheimer 80 points tonight with the top 10. Well done. Well done. A lot of people giving this week a miss. It's too bad. So it looks like this is a, what is that, about 13 or 14 car race for the finish. Now you got a gap here from Greg to Juan because of the missed race. So yeah, so the top 10 are fighting for the series, and everybody else seems to have sadly walked away. How is the car at Spa? Fast. I'm going to go back to my Road America setup. I got to promote. I am having a lot of trouble trying to pick a car. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning so much. I'm having a lot of trouble picking a car for the PSR series because they're all good. I love the LMP2. I love that car. It's so much fun. I like the Ford. I like this car. I like the Corvette. I like a bunch of the GT3s. Like there isn't a bad car for me in that whole lineup. So I'm having trouble. Like obviously if I pick GTLM, then I should pick the Ferrari, but I just love the Ford and the Vet and this car. But I really want to try the P2 because I don't get to drive the P2 either. I think this will be good at Spa. I think I'll probably just run my Road America setup at Spa, to be honest. I think it'll probably work. Yeah, let's get back to that replay. I want to see what happened to Gene, because I don't think he said. Oh. You know, I was playing ACC on Saturday and got to the replay, and it has the lap number over each tick mark. And I'm like, man, that would have been so simple to put into this game. It would have been really great. Oh, well. That's 15. That's 18. That's 19. So here's the gap from lap 19 to 20. Now we need to go back to Gene. He said his brain melted and he just quit. Axel had an accident a few laps after me. Yeah, I mean, oops, see, a little wiggle through oak tree. It's all good. I mean, who doesn't? He was doing really well. Yeah, the car at the crest of Radiant, the car is pretty dicey. But same reason it has problems here. You hit the curb there on the inside. If you hit the curb there on the left, on the inside of Radiant at the top, and you just don't know what it's going to do. Looks like Gene was running with a lower ride height than I was. The spoiler is practically touching the ground. Although it wasn't throwing sparks just now, so... Gene was clearly faster than me tonight. Whoopsie daisy. Off in the grass, but hey, who doesn't? Whee! Little tail wag there. Through North Bend and into Snake. He looks very twitchy. It's almost like he's driving on a gamepad. I don't know if that's just the replay granularity or whether he really was being jerky on the wheel. Your lap 12. This is lap 19, right? This is lap 21. He's supposed to have quit on this lap. What's going on here? Or on the previous lap. Because he's still here. I loaded the right race. Whoopsie daisy. Oh, so easy to do. Oof. Oh, he just gave up. Wow. That's so easy to do, though. Coming down into hog pen, it just does not handle this bump. You gotta really brake for it. And oh, he hit the inside. Yep. Oof. And I don't know. I feel bad because, like, I dragged him into this series a bit when the season was starting. It's like, dude, we can have another, the ACC league is going to take enough time off. We can do another JvsZ. We can do the new mod. We can go head to head again. It'll be a lot of fun. And he got in the car and just has hated it the whole time. I feel bad. I feel like I inflicted this season on him. That was not my intent. This is a tough car. And it should not be this hard to drive. There's a lot that I need to do. Your lap 12. So you're ahead of me for sure. Okay. There we go. I'm going to back this up a little bit. A little bit more. Okay, here we go. On board with Emiliano Videla. Got Vince and John ahead, or James ahead. You passed him while he was smacking the wall, yeah. Yeah, I saw he was right behind me. He pitted, and I came out ahead of him. And then he just vanished. A little bit of grass. You know, get the tire surface nice and rough. It'll grip better, right? Oh no! Woo! That was tense. Oh, man. Oh! Ho ho ho! Speaking of troubles in Hogpen, you managed to get it stopped, though. Looks like you thought about pitting there, too. It's amazing, like, watching the races in real life here. I went to one where it had just rained, like, the whole week before the race weekend. And cars were just going off into the grass, and they just wouldn't slow down. They just hit that wet grass and just kept going. Just unabated. It was a little scary. But normally it's good enough. But yeah, if it's wet, it just keeps going. 5150. All right. Wait. Oop, I'm looking at the end time and it's not moving. Oh, 5144. So let's back it up a little bit. And now we want to see James Leader. There it is. Look at how smooth that is. My goodness, I wasn't anywhere near that smooth going to the T1. Like, ever. And this is why these guys were faster than me all night. Look at how smooth that is. This looks like what a lot of my practice laps looked like when I was testing the car. I just could not put a lap together tonight to save my skin. Boing over the S's. I think the combination of sleep deprivation and stress and just overall, whoopsie daisy. Ooh, keep it off, keep it off. Nope. Doink. Lap 13, alright. Mm 23 minutes. 23 minutes. Alright. Go back to forward to Mike. Boing. Caught some air there in the crest. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah, you just... Yeah. And you weren't running any kind of low downforce setup either, were you? It just... Whoop! And you just don't know what it's going to do. And, yeah, that's the problem with this car, and it needs to be addressed. It's too skittish. At the limits of its suspension. It's like the suspension just acts wrong. It's too stiff, and when it hits the extremes, it just sends the car somewhere kind of randomly. And that needs to change. So yep, we're learning a lot. That's why it's version 0.4. But now it's going to come down to trying to learn how to make that right without the benefit of any like data. Like there are no charts and tables to look up to see how do you make suspension feel right. So yeah, and it inherits some of the character of the GT3. I just feel like when you watch like WEC or ELMS, and you see, I mean, because those are like Porsche versus Ferrari series, and you see that how smooth and compliant the Ferrari is. Like, the Ferrari makes all of its time with acceleration and handling, and this car just does not have the handling to make that time. It has the acceleration down. The turbos are tuned to 4 decimal places to the regulations. I mean, it is as close as it can get. And that's its bread and butter. Like, the top speed is not there. Practically every other GTLM car has a higher top speed, but the Ferrari gets to it much faster. The difference between this and the real car is definitely in the handling, and it needs to get better. Problem is, if it gets too much better, then it'll be too fast again. And back to where I was in version 3, where I have a car that's really fun to drive, but stupidly fast compared to the other GTLM cars. So we'll figure it out. It'll work itself out eventually, or it won't, and we'll be stuck with this version for a while. Anyway, I'm kind of winding down. Oh, it's 11 o'clock already. That's why. All right. Well, that was fun. VIR is definitely a challenge. But thanks to the 13 of you who joined me tonight for this, because I had fun. It was hot lapping for most of it, but it was still fun to drive the car around and spew stories into chat about various weird things. Spa for the finale next week. GTP series tomorrow is at Kyalami. That should be fun. So I'll try that. I'll give that a go. I was just there in ACC. We'll see how this goes. I was also there for the GT3. Was it Euro that was there last week? Or was it us? It was us. The schedule for... I don't know. I've already gone on and on about this, but the schedule for America doesn't have a lot of America on it. Oh, man. That's fun. I don't even have Goodwood. Giggity. For the GT4 Lotus series. I don't even have the track. I should learn Goodwood sometime because it looks fun. I just haven't bothered. I'm just lazy. I'm just that guy. Cal Boogie for GT3 America. I don't know. I'll give it a go on Friday, obviously, because that's basically my only chance. And then GT3 Euro. I'm gonna try and do this on Thursday because it's nice running with James Tumulty on Thursdays. Yeah, most. I should watch one of those races sometime. Because GT3s at most sounds like it could be fun. Or death. It's a very wide open flowing track, so it should work. It is kind of like a Czech Monza. I actually gained some rating. Wow. How about that? I don't know how. My 250th top 10 finish. How about that? Celebrate. I think I will. I think I'll... Well, probably not finish my scotch. 250th top 10 finish. That's as good an occasion as any as I need. But anyway, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow night for the GTP race. RSRs at Kyalami sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to try and be at least halfway rested for that. And then we'll see where the week goes from there. But yeah, thanks for joining me out here. And see you tomorrow, I guess, as we continue the journey. Later.